afternoon, everyone. Good morning, good evening, whenever you're swinging on by. I don't know when that is. I am quietly gaming. Hi. I have new things. Store own HP. Okay. Rescue. Regen. I don't want to do that. Okay. Sorry, don't mind me. I've gotten a lot of new little thingamajiggies, so I was taking a peek at those, but we are back. We're going to be finishing up the White Mage story for this episode. We did do some of it. We got all the way up to 45, so we're gonna do 45 and 50 today. Oh my god, this is so loud. Sorry, excuse me. So we're gonna be doing 45 and 50 today. We're gonna be finishing up the White Mage story, and then I'm going to be posting a summary of it up on my other YouTube, so take a peek at that. I'm doing all of the job class playthroughs, and I'm going to be posting summaries of everything up on my other YouTube, as well as reviews and story discussions and all of that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it, so hopefully you guys are too. But anyway, Rhea Senna would send you on a pilgrimage. Your command of white magic has advanced considerably quietly. Yes, the time draws near. Let us begin our preparations for the quieting. You know, maybe I'm just meant to be a white mage. Quietly, the quieting, I'm just saying. Maybe. At its roots, the ritual is no different from the acts of pacifying that you have already performed. The difference lies only in the difficulty of the effort. The greatest one possesses a power unfathomably more immense than the elements you have communed with thus far. Power so immense that a mage might be easily overwhelmed by the sheer force of its will. To prevent such a catastrophic fate, our tradition decrees that a special garb must be donned before performing the ritual. I have prepared for you these pieces, but I fear they will not avail you in their current state, so it is that I would send you on a journey. I trust you know the story of Atoa Kant. Rare amongst the Pagils, he left the forest behind to travel the realm, healing the lands and its people. As tribute to his wanderlust, after he passed, his ashes were divided amongst several urns, which were in turn carried to the far reaches of the realm. And it is there, in the distant lands, that the great mage so loved that his ashes were buried, and the monument erected in his honor. You are to go on a pilgrimage to these sites and receive the blessing of your forebearer. Only then will the garb I've gifted you be endued with his divine powers. Mind you, you will find that these places are not as welcoming as you might have been, as they might have been in Master Atoa's time. The first site is on the shores of western Lanoska, in a place where now feared is the Serpent's Tongue, home to a band of vile pirates. The next is to be found in Mordana, in that overgrown labyrinth of roots and vines so affectionately known as the Tangle. I do hope that Master Atoa's ashes have survived those most oppressive venerans. The third site I would have you visit is perhaps the most treacherous location of all of the lot. Rabon's Push, in northern Thanalin, a stone throws from an imperial stronghold. I urge you to exercise extreme caution. Alright. Lenoska, here we come. God, it is out there. It's out there in the frickin' boonies. Ah. I guess it would be weird if I didn't. This gravestone is ascribed to the Ophatite, paying tribute to the life and deeds of the Great Mage. What am I supposed to do here? Pray. Nice. Mordana's next. Yikes. Can I click on myself? I'm just gonna give myself a regen, just in case. Oh, I'm in the rock. Nice, okay. Oh, I remember coming here. They gave me undies. It looks very weird, the fact that I'm wearing this shirt with undies underneath. I know that it ends up looking a smidge bit better once I get the whole, like, garb. But it's, yeah, it's interesting. At least my legs are nice. Look nice in these. Your safe return heartens me quietly. I can feel newfound power emanating from the garb I gave you. I trust that this stage of your pilgrimage was a success. Now that you have traveled the realms and seen the land of Master Atoa did, I share with you the rest of his tale. The histories claim that Atoa Kant disappeared in the mountains of Gamoro, the Cobalt motherland. This is not true, but there is more to the story. When the Great Mage did not return from his journey, one of his most devoted students went in search of him. As the legend has it, the young mage single-handedly fought off veritable legions of kobolds while scouring the mountains for any sign of his master. Sadly, it was as all had feared. Though the young mage eventually found his master, the great Atoa Kant lived no more. As if the death of the man were not enough, Theris, Atoa Kant's great staff, a mighty relic passed down by his ancestors, was lost to the shadows. Undeterred, the young mage fought off the kobold hordes to carry his master's remains back to the surface. A ceremony was held to honor the master Atoa's life and deeds. The urns housing his ashes were carried off to the far-reaching frontier of which he was so fond in his living years. All the urns, that is, except for one. Yes, though the precise location is known to only a few, Master Toakon also rests closer to home. Here in the Twelves Wood, not far from Pond Creek, you will find yet another monument to the mage. Take with you this habit and pay your respects as before. If you keep pure intentions in your heart and in your mind, then the healer's robe shall be your reward. I'm ready. Keep pure intentions only. Maybe I shouldn't have said that my legs look good in this if we're meant to be saying pure intention wise. Were my intentions not pure? The grave has been defiled. Its contents appear to have been stolen. The power of Otoakant has been lost. Return to Camp Tranquil and seek counsel from Rhea Osana. Oh. They stole his stuff, his ashes. Well, that's... What did they need with, like, ashes? Who the heck steals some old decrepit mage's ashes? I mean, I guess he's like legendary and stuff like that, but still. That's not what I wanted. Hi, Moogle Man. The urn holding Master Atoa's ashes was stolen? This cannot be. Grave robbery is a damnable enough crime in itself, but what manner of scoundrel would dare defile the resting place of a Bajal? Rest assured that I will investigate this heinous crime immediately. In the meantime, your pilgrimage demands you travel to one last destination. This final leg of your journey will take you to the very place that Master Atoa drew his last breaths, Ogamoro, the homeland of the Kobolds in outer Lenoska. It is there, in plain sight of the Kobold Dig, that the student of whom I spoke did erect a monument to his fallen master. Nice. Welcome back, quietly. The journey was not an easy one, I trust, and yet I knew that Master Toe would guide you safely back to me. In your travels, you have received the blessing of our great ancestor, and yet this was not the sole reason I sent you out on this pilgrimage. Perhaps you sensed something of my intention during your trip. Yes, quietly. As she who would inherit Master Toe's legacy, I wanted you to truly walk in his footsteps, to see the realm, to build its beauty and in both its beauty and its suffering with your own eyes, as the great mage did so long ago. And yet it is strange, you know, a pirate's lair, a rampant jungle, mountains of fire. Of all the hostile environments to which you journeyed, the single grave despoiled was that which rested right here in our forest home. I suspect this was the handiwork of no witless grave robber, but rather someone who knew all too well the value of that which was buried within. We must uncover the truth behind this crime and return Master Atoa's ashes to its rightful place. And quickly. You are with me, yes? Heck yeah. holy. Grave robbery is a lonesome enough crime in its own, but to defile the final resting place of a Pajal, such an act could only be performed by the lowliest of bandit scum. Though I would like to think that the elementals have already delivered due justice to the villain, we must take no chances in allowing an escape. Whilst you were away, I put my best Moogle on the hunt, searching for any sign of the culprit or the stolen remains. I dare say he should have a clue or two for us by now. Or better, or at least he better, if he values that little ball on his head. Suffice to say, though, many firstborn think of the Moogles as blessed. My own personal experience has found them to be more touched than anything else. Koopcha Koopa. Sigh. Oh, mistress, you shouldn't say such hurtful things. It's most unbecoming of a seed seer, Kupo. But, fine. Don't listen to me. Why, I told her just the other day that this was why she remains, shall we say, unspoken, for she might not react to the phasing at present, but her ire was indeed fierce, Kupo. Of course, you have not come to discuss my mistress's temper, but the grave robbery. A most unforgivable act of villainy, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did, Kupo. I am pleased to say, and you will be pleased to hear, that the culprit did not escape Moogle's eyes, Kupo. Well, my eyes, he did not escape. My associate, Pook no Pokey, however, claims to have been a band of ruffians skulking off in the direction of the Red Belly Hive with various and sundry stolen goods in tow, amongst them a rather conspicuous, elaborate urn, Kupo. I do not know what the Red Bellies are up to, but surely it is nothing good. Please, quietly, go quickly. If the urn is lost, I fear Rayo's ear will be the least of my worries, Kupo. You're kidding me, right? Jesus Christ. Get me off this thing. Those thieving crooks! Those crooked thieves! Defiling the resting place of a Pachal! Why, no amount of thrashing, lashing, and bashing would suffice. Popo? Why, if it isn't the lovely White Mage Kupacha Kupo spoke of, and not a moment too soon. Why, I was just about to swoop in and give them their comeuppance myself. Now that you're here, however, I believe I'll just sit back and enjoy the show, Kupo. Those vile red bellies tossed the urn into some ramshackle wagon, a most ignoble fate for a Pajal legend, I do declare, and carted it northwise towards their hive. We will retrieve it safe and sound, won't you, Kupo? That way, huh? Overloaded Wayne. I like having regen. White Mage feels like stiff until you get regen, because like when you're just casting Cure all the time, it feels like you're just juggling and trying to catch up to it constantly. But when you finally get regen, you can like cast regen on your tank, do some damage, a little bit of flexibility because, like, at least it'll keep them topped off, if anything. So that's nice. We're going this way. Thank you, quietly. The remains of our exalted forebear hauled away by a brigand like a sack of loot. Is that what our land has come to? There can be no doubt. It's in the Great One's fury that brings such chaos to the Twelveswood. The solution is grave indeed. I shall have our wood whalers deal with the red bellies. We have more important matters before us, and yet I fear we have hit another snag. Though the urn has been safely recovered, the harsh treatment it suffered at the hands of the bandits has taken its toll. Uprooted from its proper resting place, the power of Atoa once housed within this has grown dim. I shall return the urn to its rightful home. Perhaps over time it will return to its former state. And yet I fear time is a luxury we do not have. We must explore other means to re-enchant the ritual garb. I will consult with my brother to see what knowledge he might have to offer. In the meantime, we would ask that you master your newfound skill as best you can. There is no telling when the Great One's fury might grow too strong to contain. We must ever be prepared. Boop, boop, ba-doop, boop. We got holy. Forgive me quietly, brother and I have considered every possibility and attempted every incantation at our disposal, but I fear the task of completing the enchantment has proven beyond our abilities. No living Pajal, not even our sister, possesses such power. Without the blessing of Atoa, there is nothing we can do. With the ashes returned to their rightful resting place, Atoa spirit will return. Surely it is only a matter of time. Look around you, sister. Open your eyes and ears. Time is one thing we do not have. Arun? The fury of the Great One mounts with each passing moment. It will not be contained much longer, no. The time for waiting is long past. Now is the time for action. But Quietly's garb, the enchanting is not yet complete. The situation is far from ideal, yet we have no choice. We must trust in Quietly's power and do what we can. Do I hear you right, Arun? Why, it was not long ago that you objected to Quietly's very presence at the ritual. I may be stubborn, sister, but I am no fool. I have witnessed Quietly's abilities with my own eyes. There can be no doubting that she is a mage of the white, one as worthy as you or I, and I. Arun, if you would place your trust in Quietly so, I see no reason why I should not. Very well. Let us hasten to the Evershade. I clicked off it too fast. I feel like I should eat food first. I don't even know what's good. Let's do spellcasting speed. Alright. Doesn't seem too happy. The Great One's rage is too strong. I cannot reach him. Stay focused, Arun. If we fail, who will rise to take our place? But sister, the forest itself turns against us. If we can only reach the Great One, his minions will relent. Cast away your worries and focus your mind on the ritual. No, quietly. Stay strong, quietly. Or are you going to let this some overgrown shrub rifle your feathers? Oh. And the two of you, don't you have a ritual to perform? Do my eyes deceive me? This is no time for chit-chat. Rayo and Arun, quietly focus your energies on the Guardian Tree. You must quell the Great One's fury, dispatch its minions, and resume quieting. Cool. Ghost Man. Now, focus your powers on the Guardian Tree. Is it over? The Great One's anger abates. You have done well, my children. Master Atoa, do you truly live? Live? Not as you would define the word. Mayhaps in the heart of quietly here, whom strength I borrowed to join you. It's a miracle. Aye, it may very well be, for perhaps the Mother Crystal heard this old soul's wish. I lived a long and fruitful life, but when I drew my last breath in Gomorrah that day, I did so with one profound regret, that I would pass from this realm without finding a worthy inheritor to bequeath my knowledge in full. My spirit left my lifeless body to abide in this soul crystal, with the hope that one day it would find its way into the hands of my successor. For years, my consciousness slumbered in the darkness until I met quietly. From the moment you took my crystal in hand, I knew, Pajal or no, I had at long last found one to whom I could truly pass on my knowledge. Yes, quietly I knew. Ugh! Master Atoa! The power of the crystal grows faint. It would seem my all too brief sojourn here has come to an end. Farewell quietly of the White. Farewell, my children. I leave my forest home in your capable hands. Master Atoa, he has left us. And yet, by his power, and that of his successor quietly, the Great One's fury is quelled and the Twelveswood is safe. Though Master Atoa traveled the world, no doubt his heart always remained here, in the forest home he loved, and he waited for us. Why, brother, for once you almost sound wise beyond your years. Strange, is it not? Perhaps I have finally learned something from you, dear sister. As I could learn something from you, Arun. Your pride as a Pajal, your deep respect for our past, those are traits to be admired. The same can be said for Master Atoa's liberty. Yes, I believe there is a place for both beliefs among our kind. The road was a long and winding one, but not long last our work is done. Let us return to Camp Tranquil. Did we get a thingy? No, we still haven't gotten a thingy. But I guess we get our robes after we talk to them and end the quest line. To meet Master Atoa in the flesh, well, not flesh perhaps. I am still shaking from this experience and from the pure joy of seeing peace return to my forest home at last. I will be forever grateful to you quietly. I am honored that we were able to heal the woods together. I speak not only for myself. My brother has expressed the same sentiments. Were Master Atoa here, I'm sure he would say the same, though perhaps he is still here in some form. Behold, the final piece of your garb now pulses with his ancient power. Yes, there can be no doubt that Master Atoa intended this as his parting gift to you. Take it, and wear it with pride quietly of the White. Before we part, I would bestow onto you a present of my own. By the ancient powers invested in me as a seed seer, I bestow upon you the greatest incantation known to our kind. May you ever heed the will of the elementals, and use its wisdom and compassion. Phew! I'm not given to formalities, I swear. I do not know how my sister manages. In the short time I have known you quietly, you have grown into a fine white mage. I am honored to call you my peer. Use your powers in moderation and let compassion be your guide, and I have no doubt that you will bring succor in Solstice wherever your journey takes you. Nice. Benediction. Restores all of a target's HP. Oh. That's huge. I wonder if it's like a long channel though. I bet you it is. This concludes the White Mage story for Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. This is the end of the level 30 to 50 White Mage story, which is fantastic. I'm going to be putting a summary up, like I said before, and we're going to be continuing with all of the other things. Oh, nice. This is loud. We're going to be continuing with all of the other stuff that's going on and put summaries up and all that stuff. So if you're interested in that, like, subscribe, join the Discord, check out my other YouTube where all the summaries are going to be going up. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.